No one knew why the death row inmate was smiling. Facing the most brutal electric chair execution, he wasn't afraid even as smoke rose from his body. His only request before dying was to shake hands with the sheriff who had arrested him, expressing their pleasant cooperation. What a madman. Even crazier, he left the police a riddle. Why is there a blank space between Jack and Rose? The sheriff scoffed, thinking the dying man was just spouting nonsense. But little did he know, the seemingly absurd riddle would later cost him his life. During the subsequent executions, the serial killer Reese showed no panic at all, even singing cheerful songs throughout the entire process. The next day, another murder occurred in the city. The victim was injected with poison and tortured to death. Bizarrely, the killer's methods were identical to those of Reese. Moreover, the perpetrator also liked to tidy up the crime scene afterward, sleep there for a night, and then leisurely leave after having breakfast the next morning. They even deliberately left all their fingerprints. Even more eerie, the same riddle was written on the wall. Why is there a blank space between Jack and Rose? Reese was clearly dead, so did he have an accomplice? After a thorough investigation, the sheriff discovered that Jack was an honorable police officer whose name was engraved on an abandoned wall of honor. However, the name between Jack and Rose had been erased. Upon further inquiry, it was revealed that the blank space belonged to the late police officer Mike. Mike had once been named one of the top 10 outstanding police officers, but 8 months later, he committed a series of murders and ultimately took his own life out of guilt in a cabin in the woods. His daughter Lisa had also quietly gone into seclusion. The sheriff drove to Lisa's house, and she asked him if the serial killer Reese loved to sing. Surprised, the sheriff wondered how she knew. Lisa explained that her father was a good cop who had been implicated in a murder trial after solving a series of homicide cases. On the day of his suicide, he had said that the clues were known, but the odds of winning were 0. He then went alone to the cabin in the woods and shot himself. Lisa advised the sheriff to stop investigating the case immediately, or his life would be in danger. Of course, the sheriff wouldn't give up, but what happened next would completely destroy him. This movie is called Fallen and was released in 1998. If you're interested, you can check out the original film.